Hi, it's Helen. Today we're going to make this art journal using the supply things that you can find around you. First, you can add some gel medium or Mod Podge on your paper. And then add some tissue paper and wrinkle a little bit for extra texture. And you can use the scissors to cut the extra. And then spread some more gel medium on top of the page. Then dry the page until it feels tacky. And then add some gold transfer paper on top of it. You can rub it with your fingers or you can use the bone folder. I'm using my finger to add a thin layer of white gesso on the page, but you can also use any brush. While the white gesso is still wet, I'm using baby wipe to remove some of it off the page to refill the gold foil underneath. And I dry the page again. And then I add some thin layer of the texture paste on the page using the spatula. After that, I add some marks on the page randomly using the Starbucks coffee sleeve and the plastic knives from Wendy's and the toilet paper that I have at home. This is a fun technique that you can use with the stuff you have around you. I add some colors on the page by spraying some of the spray paints randomly on the page, and then I dry the page completely using the craft heater. I use black crayon to create the frame around the page, and then I wet my finger with the baby wipe to blend the color around the edges. After that, I add some white splatters using the white acrylic paint and water. I dry the page completely with the craft heater. I cut some leaves out of these used baby wipes, and then I add those leaves on those paper flowers that I make in the past. I add those flowers and the sentiment on the page using permanent glue. Using the brown watercolor crayon and water brush, I add some shadow around the flowers and the sentiment. I dry the page one more time and then it's done. And here are some of the samples that I made in the past using the same technique that I used to create the background. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and give it a try. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.